Oregon, 1970. They used half a ton of dynamite to deal with a dead whale. Expert warnings were ignored, and the result? It rained whale blubber, and a car was crushed. The most absurd public works failure in history. Why did they explode the whale? Let's find out now. November 1970, Florence, Oregon coast. A massive 45-foot 14 meters, 8-ton problem had arrived. It was the rapidly decomposing carcass of a sperm whale. Who was responsible for this stinking mess? Surprisingly, it was the Oregon State Highway Division. Yes, the road crew. Back then, the beaches fell under their jurisdiction. 3 disposal methods were considered: burying, burning, or cutting up. All were deemed impossible for a whale this size. Engineer George Thornton made a bold call: dynamite. The plan was simple: set up half a ton of dynamite 20 cases around the carcass. The blast would disintegrate the whale into small pieces, which would then be cleaned up by seagulls and other scavengers. However, an explosives expert on the scene warned them, 20 cases was far too much. Only about 20 sticks would suffice. His advice was fatally ignored. November 12, 1970. Crowds of spectators and reporters gathered a quarter-mile away. Everyone was waiting for a historic moment. 3:45 p.m. The dynamite detonated. The whale vanished in a massive cloud of fire and smoke. The spectators cheered, but their cheers quickly turned to screams. A rain of massive blubber chunks started pouring from the sky. Some pieces flew over 800 feet 240 meters, causing shocking damage, including a chunk that crushed a brand new car. Reporter Paul Linman later recalled, the humor of the entire situation suddenly gave way to a run for survival as huge chunks of whale blubber fell everywhere. The terrible stench the Highway Division tried to solve had now been spread all over the beach and parking lot. The blast blasted blubber beyond all believable bounds. Ultimately, the seagulls didn't clean up the mess, and the Highway Division crew had to clean up the remaining wreckage themselves. This incident resurfaced 20 years later in 1990, when humor columnist Dave Barry wrote an article after viewing the footage. It quickly became one of the first viral videos on the early internet. This bizarre event is still celebrated today as Oregon's greatest failure. Today, the town of Florence even has an exploding whale memorial park to commemorate the fiasco. Sometimes, failure leaves a longer legacy than success. So, what lesson did you take away from this incident? Don't forget to like and subscribe.